I really am sorry. But if you did not receive a rose, please take a moment and say your goodbyes.
Y'all, hold on to your tea because things are getting wild in the world of the Golden Bachelorette. Just when we thought Joan was cruising her way to a smooth finale, boom, 3 eliminations that nobody, and I mean nobody, saw coming. Yeah, you heard that right. Joan's not-so-shocking exit and 2 other fan-favorite contestants have left us all speechless, clutching our pearls. So grab your popcorn, because I'm about to spill all the juicy details you never knew you needed. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Okay fam, let's dive into this episode of The Golden Bachelorette, and I promise things are about to get messier than your ex's text at 3 a.m. First up, let's talk about Joan. I know, she's been through a lot, but baby, this week, the drama was just chef's kiss. From emotional breakdowns to shocking eliminations, it's like the producers sprinkled a little extra spice into this episode, and we're living for it. So, Joan's had a journey, and honestly, her arc this season has been like one long therapy session. And no shade, but watching her go through the emotional roller coaster has got everyone thinking, is she even ready for love again? Grandma's been feeling that vibe too, and she wasn't shy about giving us her hot takes. Let's rewind to where we started. Joan's story of being a widow for 3 or 4 years. Yeah, she's been single for a hot minute, and while she's put herself out there, the whole world can see she's still dealing with some unresolved emotions. It's that guilt versus happiness battle, you know? It's like she wants to move on, but every time a guy starts to get close, it's like, nah, she's comparing him to her late husband. And look, we get it, loss is hard, but girl, how are you gonna find love if you're still stuck in the past? Now let's talk about Keith. Remember last week's cocktail hour? Awkward city, right? Keith got the first impression rose, but let's be real, everyone could tell things weren't exactly clicking between him and Joan. It's like she's trying to build friendships with these guys, but just can't make the leap to romance. Keith, poor guy, gets his one-on-one date this week, but it's obvious by the end of the night. Joan's not vibing with him like that. It's straight up friend zone central. And hey, friend zoning isn't always a bad thing, right? Like, these men are sweet, sensitive, and all that. But is Joan feeling the sparks? Not really. She's all about forming connections, but the romantic part, not so much. And let's be real, if she wanted Keith to stick around, she would have given him the rose right then and there. Spoiler, she didn't. And speaking of growth, Pascal really surprised everyone this week. Y'all remember Pascal, right? The one who's always looking good, saying the right things, but kind of comes off as more of a show-off than a serious contender? Yeah, well, turns out there's more to him than we thought. He's actually growing on us, and even Joan seemed to warm up to him this episode. Pascal's got that whole, I'm living my best life vibe going on. And while he might not be ready to settle down just yet, you can tell he's in it for the adventure. He's fun, he's lighthearted, and I honestly think Joan could use a bit of that energy in her life. And hey, maybe they won't ride off into the sunset together, but as a travel companion, they might just make it work. But here's where things take a turn. The rose ceremony, dun dun dun, 3 eliminations, people, and not just any 3, Keith, Jonathan, and Mark. Can you believe it? 3 solid guys gone, just like that. Now let's break this down because I know you're all as shocked as I am. Keith's elimination? Not that surprising, honestly. After their one-on-one, it was pretty clear Joan had already made up her mind. She didn't see him as more than a friend, and hey, fair enough. Sometimes the chemistry just isn't there. Mark, though, that one hurt a little. He's been through so much, losing his wife and all, and you could see he was really putting himself out there. But in the end, Joan could tell he wasn't quite ready for a new relationship either, and they both parted ways on good terms. I mean, we love a mature exit, but still it stung. And before we wrap up, can we talk about Grandma's hot take? She's out here calling Jonathan and Mark prime candidates for the next Golden Bachelor. I mean, can we just take a moment? Either one of these guys would crush it as the lead, and let's be honest, after watching this season, they've definitely earned their spot. ABC, if you're listening, let's make it happen. So where does that leave us? Joan's still figuring things out, and with 3 less guys in the picture, things are only going to get more intense from here. Will she find love? Or is this season just one long therapy session for her, like Grandma said? Either way, we're here for it, and you can bet the tea will be spilled as we get closer to the finale. Y'all don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, because trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next on The Golden Bachelorette. Stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one.